Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. And I got to start with this from the ISO GOAT. So the CEO of SBI Global Asset Management stated on July 11th, this is not just another crypto. This is the wealth transfer of our generation. Why would he say that if he does not see what's coming for XRP? A lot of people are about to make a hell of a lot of money over the coming months. Lives will be changed over the coming months. But if you really understand what you're holding when you hold XRP, you will not sell until the institutions get here. Because as the institutions pour into this space, the price of XRP is going to change very fast. And if you have a great game plan, you could start to build generational wealth very soon. But you know, people are now trying to say you should sell your entire bag in this cycle. They're saying this isn't the cycle where utility kicks in. They're trying to kick it down the road to 2028. I think they're all totally wrong. I think over the next 12 to 24 months or so, things are going to change drastically in this space. Institutional adoption will lead to mass adoption in a very short period of time. This comes from James Rule, XRP. XRP News Today. Elon Musk AI Grok predicts XRP price surge. Eyes $400 under bullish scenario. So the conservative estimate coming from the AI is $10 to $15. Moderate bullish scenario, $100 to $200 if XRP adoption accelerates. It's already accelerating. Look at what's going on right now. It's happening at a very small level, but it's starting to pick up momentum. That's why I think we could get to 3 digits quicker than people think. Extreme bull case, $350 to $400 under global financial realignment. The global financial realignment is also happening right now as we speak. I'm telling you, big things are happening behind the scenes. Look at the EU. They're ready to roll out the digital euro. The UK is starting to go all in on stablecoins as well. Even the BRICS are building out in the background. Meanwhile, the United States is still trying to get a bill passed so that innovation could push forward in the United States as well. The price of XRP is going to change very quick. And I think as it's changing, people are going to be shocked by how fast it's happening, because the world is not slowing down. Innovation is only gathering more and more momentum. Ripple's RLUSD gains momentum as bank wires lose ground. Nobody wants to do bank wires anymore. Nobody wants to wait 3 days to 5 days, and they sure as hell don't want to pay all those fees. Now that people are starting to realize there's a better option out there, people are already shifting. You know, you think JP Morgan and these big banks aren't paying attention? Absolutely they are, because their customers are going to be leaving them if they don't jump on board with something like Ripple and XRP. And this is going to be what really makes this shift happen. Because the banks, they want to stay relevant as well, even if it means losing all of that sweet money transfer money that they're making right now on the broken SWIFT system. But you can only make money for so long if you can't keep your customers happy. That's the way I look at it. This comes from RippleX. Archax continues to push the boundaries of real-world asset tokenization. The XRP Ledger today can be used to transfer tokenized money market funds and gilts, UK government bonds, as collateral for FX settlement. And this comes from the CEO of Archax, proud to collaborate with LBG PLC and Aberdeen, UK, on pioneering the use of tokenized money market funds and gilts to meet FX settlement obligations via Archax using Nest, our on-chain collateral transfer network. This is what real-world utility of digital assets looks like. FX is just the beginning. From tokenized securities to smart collateral, the future is being built now. And the XRP Ledger was built for this. This was the very first use case on the XRP Ledger. That's why I said, as tokenization picks up a lot of momentum, we're going to see a lot of that come to the XRP Ledger. Ripple plans stablecoin entry into the EU. It is registering as a Luxembourg institution to comply with MiCA regulations. I said it before. I think the EU is going to push out their central bank digital currency, the digital euro. But I think it's going to struggle to get adoption. And I even think that the EU might shift over to a stable coin at some point. Maybe it's RLEUR, because nobody wants a central bank digital currency. Once people realize what they are and how all the power stays with the central bank, they're going to start to look for alternatives. And this could be leading us up to that as well. Ripple creating RLEUR would make a lot of sense, especially now that the United States is no longer looking for a central bank digital currency. I think the rest of the world is paying attention. Flare Networks Firelight opens waitlist for institutional grade XRP staking platform. Firelight is built on Flare to offer secure, scalable staking infrastructure for XRP. Great to see the momentum. Again, this is going to bring a lot of value to XRP as well. Everybody wants to earn off of their crypto. They don't want to just buy and hold crypto anymore and wait for the next run up to happen. They want to earn even during the bear market. And that's what this is opening up. Passive income. XRP and micro XRP futures on CME crossed $235 million daily volume on July 11th, surpassing a $1.6 billion traded since launch. Like I said, there's a lot of demand for XRP. Just wait until those ETFs go live. I'm telling you, people are going to be shocked by how fast the price of XRP changes, because I expect a massive amount of money to flow into this cryptocurrency. I think a lot of people think that the Bitcoin ETFs are always going to be the best performers, but I don't think so. Even the institutions, they're already starting to look past Bitcoin. They see it as something that's boring. When you buy and hold something, waiting for it to go up, that gets boring over time. If you could utilize the asset and you utilize it within your own company, that's game changing. Here's the price of one XRP if every major bank uses it for cross-border payments. They always write these articles, and they're saying that that would bring the price of one XRP to $83.33. But I always look beyond cross-border payments. Sure, that's a great use case, but I'm also looking at the derivatives market. I'm looking at the tokenization market. I'm looking at all the assets flowing over the XRP Ledger. and XRP being utilized as the bridge moving all of that value. I think $83 is great for one XRP, but I still think it's going much higher. He's always been subtle with his messages, and you see what David Schwarz says here. As many of you know, I sold 40,000 ETH at about $1 to put solar panels on a house I no longer own. That ETH was worth over $100 million shortly after. And that's why you don't want to sell too soon. You know, even back in the previous runs, like 2017, people back then didn't expect XRP to reach $3.84. Most likely, they were hoping it got to $1, but it shocked everyone. I think the same thing is going to happen in this cycle. You never want to be the guy that sells too soon or the girl that sells too soon, because then you regret it. And I'm sure David still regrets selling that ETH for about $1. But, you know, we see this time and time again in crypto. So many people out there have so many regrets. You see them post about it from time to time. It stays with you when you do it because it's something that you don't forget. Imagine having something that was worth $100 million right now and you sold it for pennies. The same thing's going to happen with a lot of XRP holders. People are going to sell their entire bag at $5 or $6. More will sell at $10. More will sell at $15, only to watch the price go higher and higher over time. I'm telling you, people that are holding 100 XRP in the future, they're going to be legends. People holding maybe even 100, maybe even 20 or 30 XRP in the future, they will be legends. Think about how many whole coiners are out there holding Bitcoin. Not the people on X, because they're holding a fraction of one Bitcoin and acting like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But people that are whole coiners, they're looked at as legends still today. This comes from BD. If you see anyone hating on XRP because it's doing well, they are hating themselves. This is because their coins are not doing as well as XRP and are not getting as much attention as XRP. They hate their coins and they hate themselves for not holding XRP. That puts it into perspective, and I thought that was a great post because there's so many people out there in the coming months that are going to be saying, man, I wish I would have bought XRP. I wish I would have sold my meme coins and went all in on XRP and other utility-driven cryptocurrencies as well. XLM is going to be a shocker. XDC will be a shocker. All of these ISO coins will be shocking at some point very soon, because I'm expecting this run to be the run where they start to show their actual value, because the prices of these utility coins, they're not the prices that they should be at. Every one of them grew out during the bear market with no price movement because there's nothing to set them apart from Bitcoin yet. That's where regulations come in. Once they start identifying a cryptocurrency for what it is, that's going to change the game. In other words, when they start saying this cryptocurrency has use case and it's a utility-driven cryptocurrency, it could solve problems in the real world, and this over here is speculation, the money will always go to real value. And that's when you will see the money really move away from Bitcoin and into utility. And that time is absolutely coming. But until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.